Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, February 12th. Happy Monday.
There's an oxymoron.
How is everyone? Did we have a good week last week?
We had a good weekend.
Had a good weekend. Busiest. Still busiest. Busier than one-legged man at a butt-kicking contest.
You want to know what I feel like right now? I feel like the person has to explain to everybody how that man was able to do the butt-kicking in the first place. And nobody believes me, and it takes me an hour to convince them.
It has been a very long week. I mean, it was just busyness. Tuesday morning, I had to go over to the paper store in Brunswick and get paper to make these little paper hearts that we are putting out for Lent for the church. Who knew little paper hearts were going to be so controversial? I don't even know how to explain it. Okay, so we came up with this idea of doing this healing hearts thing for Lent. So you write down something you want to heal in your heart. Well, I'm the kind of person where, and several people agree with me, I want people to feel comfortable writing stuff down, so we don't want to just put it on there and stick it on a wall or something where people can walk up and read it. So we were going to make a little heart folded in half. Well, somebody didn't like the half heart because it didn't look like a heart. Well, the only reason we're doing the hearts is because it's so close to Valentine's Day at the beginning. By the end, it probably doesn't really need to look like a heart. Whatever. So I came up with this little double heart thing that was attached and it would fold shut. Somebody else didn't like how the folded flat side. Okay, at this point I have already dedicated 3 hours of my life to this project and put a hole in my cutting mat.
I will say there is some good news.
What?
You didn't break your blade.
I didn't, because I cut out over 550 of these little double hearts.
I'm actually surprised the mat is what broke, is what I'm saying. Usually if you break the mat and those type of things, the blade snaps too.
Well, that blade's pretty sharp.
Oh, no, I was talking about the sharp, I was talking about the strength. Like, it had to be really good sharp. It had to be pretty strong in order to cut the mat and not break.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's designed to cut through leather, fabric, the really thin craft.
Leather?
It can cut through leather. It'll cut through fabric. It'll cut through leather. It'll cut through, it supposedly will cut through very thin craft wood. I don't know. I haven't tested that. I probably never will.
You did just give me an idea, though.
But then I had to dedicate 3 hours of my life Wednesday morning and 3 hours of my life Friday morning to cutting out 550 some little hearts. And the person who was complaining about not liking the flat side wasn't there for any of this. Well, how are we going to close them? We're going to staple them shut. No, we're going to order little glue dots. And then another person had already ordered little glue dots because we could get them cheaper off of Amazon than we could at the paper store. She had ordered them and they're like, well, we're just going to staple them shut. She's like, no, I already ordered the glue dots. Little paper hearts.
Honey, can I be honest? And I'm going to comment below if this makes you angry when I say this, or if you agree with this comment. Because getting out of slapping range, actually, I can't do that in the same frame. Damn it. This is what happens when you put this many females together to decide something.
This is what happens when you put this many people in charge of deciding something.
Well, the thing is that guys how do I put this?
Oh, I have met some men who would have this much opinion on something.
I know, but it's more common. Also, usually if you have one guy and a bunch of women, he'll just go, yes, ma'am.
I'm also exceedingly frustrated by the whole banner situation that we're doing for Easter, and I'm
great.
Trying my best to just cope with that and figure out how to make it work so that the maintenance man doesn't kill us like he wanted to last year with the banners. I'm pretty sure Father wants to choke us for the banners, and it wasn't really my fault, my decision. It wasn't my choice. It wasn't what I wanted. But I wasn't allowed to make that choice. And the people that made that choice have no idea about fabric and sewing. Anyways, moving along. So that's what I did Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday afternoon I had my stitch-in. I went to the stitch-in day at the library, and I was like, I'm going to the library stitch-in day because I missed November because, no. I missed December because of my eye doctor appointment. I missed January because I had made myself so flamin' sick on some NyQuil. I was like, I'm going.
Oh, how'd you handle that yesterday?
I actually was okay. I took some NyQuil last night because I've been a little bit congested the last couple of days because of the weather. And I haven't been sleeping well, and I just wanted to sleep. So I ate my last 2 pieces of pizza from dinner last night at like 9 o'clock at night, which probably wasn't healthy. And took some NyQuil, and I was good. Yeah. So that was Tuesday. Then Wednesday, I was cutting out little paper hearts. I did PSR. Thursday, I was in Medina all day for EGA, which had a lovely time. It was a wonderful class, unlike gold work. It was a great class. I'll talk about it. I'll show you. I think I've got it in here. I'll show you like what I actually did of it, and we'll talk about the class then. And then of course Friday, in between, because in the middle of all of this, I get called with a funeral lunch for Saturday and a funeral lunch for today. So I was doing grocery shopping Friday for the funeral lunch on Saturday. Then I came home and was cutting out little paper hearts. Did a funeral lunch all day Saturday. Oh, and I rolled meatballs Friday night because we had a meatball sub sale for the Ladies Guild. After Wednesday, I think I'll be able to relax for a little bit. Like 2 days. Because the nieces are coming up for the weekend.
Oh, guess what I just realized?
What?
Good thing I have to go to the store tomorrow.
Why?
I need peanut butter and jelly.
I was actually going to go tomorrow and get it.
Okay.
That was my...
Kind of like, might as well get it myself because I have to go anyway.
Yes, that's true. My plan kind of got... Anyways. So it's been busy. Needless to say, it's been busy. I hope you all had a much calmer week than I did.
I was just at work. I don't want to talk to you about work because that kind of bit me in the butt with the last job. But just busy. It's like, I want to hurt vendors.
The vendors are getting you frustrated.
Okay, one of the vendors actually got me to snap on him in an email because he tried to make the problem my fault. So I frickin' took the email that showed the line where I actually said what I wanted exactly, highlighted that sentence, and forwarded it to and then copy and pasted it into the reply from the email he sent me. And the last line of text I used is, also, the way you put that was rather rude.
As per my last email.
So, I kind of let the guy have it. And I got a very quick apology, too, because I think he realized he screwed up.
Well, there you go.
And then all of a sudden, they're sitting there today messaging me about, hey, we have this part. And I'm just taking all of my strength not to go, why didn't you tell me about this before you sold me the wrong part?
That is a fairly good question.
Good news is they gave me a bunch of money off of it because they know I'm pissed.
Before we move into reading off our commenters, I need to hold, please. My oven is singing. Alright. My oven sings to me when the timer goes off. It's great. Everybody thinks it's fabulous, so here's it. Shout out our commenters.
Hi!
Hi, y'all!
What's up? No, give me a second. I'm just being a goofball.
Okay. Ow! That was a little bit hard.
Hey, honey.
I know. You've got a solid head.
I hurt my hand.
I have a tender head.
Teresa, Morty, Tracy, Bridget, Lynn, Sarah. Thank you for commenting.
Thank you all for commenting.
Hey, honey, I know you have a soft head. One of the first things we did when we met is we both, something was dropped. She was faster than me. I'm leaning down to pick it up. She's already leaned down. She goes to stand back up as I'm leaning down. We clunk heads and she's on the ground crying.
So, yeah. Apologies for no live on Saturday. I was super, super tired. Like, I got home at 3:30 and sat down and went, oh, I gotta get up for church. And by the time we got home from church, I was wiped. So, and there will be no live this Saturday because of my nieces visiting. So, unless that changes. Also, we've had a pop of a handful of new viewers. I'm not sure where they're coming from. So, would you comment and tell us where you came from? Because if somebody shouted us out, if somebody mentioned us, I would like to thank them and possibly go watch the video, because in what I watch, I haven't heard anybody mention us lately. So, okay.
Well,
Whips.
No, one person's been shouting us out like a mad psycho.
Huh.
Asian Fashion Gamer.
Oh, well, yeah. Your friend has been shouting us out pretty regularly.
Yeah. Whips? Why are you looking at me for?
He ain't got no whips.
Nope, I'm not Indiana Jones.
I just got meowed out. I don't know where he is. Hi, buddy. Okay. We are going to start with, it was cruise ship week, and if you already haven't guessed, the week didn't go quite as well as I planned. The week did not go as planned. It did not go well. I got 3 prompts done.
You're allowed.
It was one of those weeks. I did get the Sal prompt done, and for that I pulled out Tale as Old as Time. My Tale as Old as Time Sal. I pulled that out. I arranged up my flosses, and I've got the needle minder over half of it. And I started working on what is this block titled? This block is titled Transformation. Tale as Old as Time is by Story Stitches. So this is as
close as I can get it, people.
That's fine. This is the transformation block. This was 332 stitches. So I don't know how much of it's done. Excuse me. So about half of it's done, maybe. I don't know. I will rejoice when I get it finished completely. Kind of over this project. Not gonna lie. And then
Can I give you an observation?
what?
Every time you've done one of those block room things, by the bottom row, you are done.
We don't want that. We want this. Okay. And I decided I needed to start a new project. You do have some whippage.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. We need to... Not much, but I'll go get it.
And we're back. He forgot he did start something because I found a pattern. I had been wanting this pattern for a while. I finally bought it off Etsy. It's an Etsy pattern. And when he saw it, he was like, "Is that for you?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I want to stitch it too." So I got him flosses and he can stitch it too. I do not have a cover photo of it because it's an Etsy pattern and they didn't put a cover photo with the pattern. And getting a photo of it off of Etsy, it's not working right to translate it to, like, put it over our faces.
So, just show what you got.
So,
I'll show my little bit, because I just got the corner started.
Joe got the corner started.
By the way, this here will show a great difference in our stitching philosophies.
I went ham on it.
Oh, no, I'm talking about something else. Show where you started. Did you finish it?
Not quite.
Okay.
I contemplated it, but yesterday afternoon, I was tired of it, and I was done with it.
Okay.
I went ham on it, though. I did 1,932 and this is where I got.
I gotta make sure to tell the guys to read this. To see this one.
Chaotic Stupid is not an alignment. That is the name of the pattern. It's a D&D reference. So in D&D...
Actually, it's a life reference.
Well, it is kind of a life reference. But in D&D, you have what is called an alignment. And it's kind of like a chart. You have lawful, neutral, and chaotic. Mm-hmm. Good, neutral, and evil. And they kind of go together like a grid. So you can have lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil, neutral good, neutral neutral,
True neutral.
which is true neutral, neutral evil, or chaotic good, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil. And if you are chaotic evil, you do not give an F.
I will just say this. 90% of tables ban chaotic evil alignments. Unless, and the other 10% are tables I will not play with. I actually don't know what the actual percentage is. But if you're playing chaotic evil, that is just messed up stuff.
It is very messed up. It is like, think of all the very, very bad stuff you could do in the world. Yeah. So,
most serial killers are not chaotic evil. They're not that bad.
yes. But
Oh my god, I'm about to go out there and beat that woman up.
that woman is probably a young child. So, chaotic, stupid is not in alignment. Because there are some people who do really crazy, really stupid stuff. Like one of our players. There is 2 creatures on the bottom of it. Now, here's where we're talking our differences in stitching style. I started in the middle and went out. I started in the middle, did all these words, went up. And this is the outside of the border that's on it. I've got to finish that. And this worked for... the critters on there have legs. I used it for alternative stitches for something with apples or something green. And about that point I said, it was like Thursday. Yeah, it was the end of Thursday and I was like, I'm just done with this week. This does apply for 2 of something in the monthly because there's 2 battle axes. And it also, we got a Friday morning, we got a Valentine's pop-up and we could stitch on a whip of choice to earn free passes, whip of choice, free pass for the monthly, whip of choice pass for a weekly. I think that's what it was. I don't 100% remember. It's not in front of me. I went with the whip of choice option because you could do something that was Valentine's related, then I think red or pink related, or stitch in red or pink. And in addition to the other 2, you got a daily 30 alternative pass. I don't usually get to the daily 30 in the week. So, and I have the hiccups now. So that's what I did this week. And then I did the monthly on it yesterday. And I just was done when I got to that point and was like...
1932. 1932. I would have been done at like 132. You did really good.
Yes, I did stitch on my Sal for the new week that we got. I'm not going to show it to you till next week because I've gotten myself a bit confused showing it to you even when I've done it on Sunday. So, that's it for the whips. There was not much whippage this week. Oh, I do have one other whip thing to show you. I forgot my gold work, but I need to hold please because the oven is singing. Now we're back. The one thing I did not get to, the one thing I gotta show you that I did this week, the gold work class for EGA. Now, the gal that taught us this class is a absolutely amazing human being. Her name is Jessica Grimm, Dr. Jessica Grimm. She has a degree she's a doctor in archaeology. She has a doctoral in archaeology. But she does not work in that field. She teaches gold work professionally for the Royal School of Needlework. She lives in Germany. She is a very lovely, polite, wonderful woman. What?
Works in New York.
The Royal School of Needlework is in London.
Okay. Still, she works in London and lives in Germany.
Well, obviously...
What the fuck is she doing over here?
She wasn't. She is remote through Zoom. She's a remote through Zoom person. She's a lovely lady. And she taught this class fabulously. I just don't like doing gold work.
Looks like metallic on crack.
It kind of is. So let me pull this all up here. So, the way you do gold work is you lay... So this is not metallic thread. And this is going to be very hard to see. So this is not metallic thread. This is like a thread, almost like this type of cord thread here, that is wrapped in a metallic paper type product. So it does not go up and down through the fabric or through a needle. You lay it, as you can see, you lay it on the fabric and you couch it down. Now that thick cording that's underneath of it is, you can see a little bit here, it gives it like a texture and a dimension. And it is an absolutely gorgeous technique. It was definitely, was a technique very popular in the medieval times. So you lay it like this and you couch it down. It was really a big thing in the medieval times, and in the medieval times they did actually use like gold and silver in the thread. I just didn't like doing it. I don't know how else to say it without.
You're fine.
I feel like that sounds really rude. It just
no,
wasn't
it
my
doesn't.
jam. I will say Jessica's instructions were fantastic. They were very clear. I understood them well. I had a little bit of a challenge when I was first starting with the thread, couching it down.
It's okay, dear.
But I picked it up really quick. She was a fabulous teacher. It's just not a technique I like. But we had a really good time, and I really enjoyed doing the EGA day because they turned it into like a whole day thing. Last year, they did a correspondence course, which is a group correspondence course, which is basically the Princess and the Pea was what they did. I didn't get in EGA in time to get in on it. But they offered it at the end of last year as a lightning round correspondence course. Basically, you stitch the project, you follow the teacher's directions, and then you can submit it for the course teacher to look at. And they all gathered theirs up at the meeting on Thursday, and they're going to mail them out to her. The teacher's going to look at it and evaluate it, and maybe give them some critiques or praise. And it was kind of funny because a couple people were like, well, I finished mine and I brought it to show, but I don't really know if I want to submit it. And our president made a really good point. The lady that teaches this class is like elderly. She's in her 80s or 90s, I think. And this is like the last time she's teaching it. Like, this is the last time it's being done as a correspondence course. So it would probably make her day. Make her so happy to see her work. And people still cherishing her work. Am I going to get mine done in order to submit it for a course for the lightning round correspondence? Probably not. But that's okay. I'll still work on it. So that's whips for the week. I feel like that is a lot longer than it should have been, but we've had a little bit of up and down. And I do apologize for that. Before we get to plans and announcements, before we get to plans, we're going to do haul. And I guess kind of what's new in the shop sort of thing. So I had to order some more Bethlehem for my turtle. That is way more than I need. But the Hoffmans and I were having an issue. The Hoffman's website and I were having an issue when I was ordering this. I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go with 4. For some reason, when I put stuff in, it doubled everything, and I had a hard time, and I have got charts, and I needed to get the duplicates of those off, because, like, I don't need duplicates of charts I don't have space for, and then are not selling. And then I also ordered myself, but this is also kind of what's new in the shop, Cottage Garden Samplings, The Castle, which is part of their Fabulous House series that they're doing this year for 2024. This is house number 2. So they always start their series in December, and December was Santa's house. Really, just not something I really am probably gonna want to stitch. Maybe someday, but
sorry.
I definitely want to stitch the castle. God bless you. And it's really adorable. And then a friend of mine wanted this. I think this is really cool. This is not something I am ever going to stitch.
You don't want to know what I did to that poor pattern.
Oh, this pattern. It is called A Symphony of Friendship. It's a fairly sizable project.
Would you like to know what twisted and evil thing your husband would do?
What?
Get rid of the pattern, paint that black, and put 2 monster eyes in the middle of that blob.
The tree?
Make it a little tentacle monster eating the birds.
Oh my gosh. You're messed up. So this is on a piece of 36 count. It is... So this is... Okay, here we go. Stitch count. 379 wide by 229 high. It calls for only 3 overdyed flosses. However, those overdyed flosses are the leaves and that tree. So you need, like, a metric crap ton.
It's only like 80% of the floss.
Yeah. It is a very cool pattern, but it's not something I have a desire to stitch, mainly because it's very, very involved looking. But if you want to order either the Castle or the Symphony of Friends, contact me, and I can order it for you from the Slovak Farm shop. So that's all. That's what's new in the shop. And we have plans. This week is Hershey's Chocolate Week, which is kind of perfect considering it's Valentine's Day Wednesday.
Did I just make the smart comment?
What?
I thought this was the week when we actually spent money and got the good chocolate.
Well,
I'm not dissing Hershey's chocolate, but if you get the stuff from like overseas, it's a lot better.
European chocolate is vastly superior to American chocolate, but I will still eat American chocolate. Okay. Cheers.
The thing is, European chocolate's not likely to kill you.
Well, anyways. Okay. So the first prompt is to stitch on your largest whip. That would be Dressmaker's Daughter.
Okay.
The second prompt is to stitch on something that with a shade of brown and something with with a shade of a color of another flavor that Hershey Kisses come in. Because Hershey Kisses come in like peppermint, which is a red and white. The cherry cordial ones have like a cherry center that's red.
The dark chocolate technically can be black.
I want to say they have a cookies and cream, which is a little white chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I went through and I thought of everything that has a shade of brown in it. And then, what other colors do they have in it? My offerings for this would be Victorian Way, because it's got red and white. The Pirate, because it's got white and black. And the Reindeer has green in it. There are mint kisses. Harvest Holler has green, red, a couple different colors in it. And then Words of Praise has, I believe, has a couple of the other colors in it.
Do you want to stitch on one thing a lot?
And it's a 100-200 week, so.
Okay, that answer.
Okay. And the only reason Dressmaker's Daughter isn't on here, because Dressmaker's Daughter would qualify.
The Pirate.
I've already stitched on it for this go-round, and I need to get through a few more other things before we start repeating.
Okay.
Stitch on something with flag or plume. Of what I still have to work on that hasn't been worked on, the Pirate is it. Stitch on something. The fourth prompt is stitch on something that was orphaned but is back. I get nothing. Because once I orphan it, it probably doesn't come back. What?
Do you want to put a couple other stitches? You want to put 200 stitches in Zelda map?
No, I don't want to put 200 stitches in Zelda map.
Just a thought. Go ahead.
So that could get my free pass, or it'll get alternative stitches. Because largest whip may also is a candidate for either alternative stitches on something or the free pass. Okay, and then your favorite whip. So I wrote down all of the whips that I have not done in this rotation, and Joe's going to pick his favorite from that pile. We have Victorian Way, the Pirate, the Reindeer, Christmas in Blue, Stamped Heart Succulent, Harvest Holler, Porch Welcome, or Words of Praise. And
actually,
really,
considering this week, Words of Praise.
Words of Praise, okay.
Considering the week.
Considering it's Ash Wednesday week.
So you know what you should do with that one?
What?
Stitch it on Wednesday. Never mind, your PC is crap.
We'll see how that works out. I have Mass in the morning and then PSR, but...
Okay.
Okay, so that is plans for the week. So we're going to stitch on the Pirate for 2 prompts. Words of Praise for at least 1, possibly 2, because I may do alternative stitches on either 1 or 4. Yes, I could take out Dressmaker's Daughter, but it's for 200 stitches. Do I really want to? No. Not gonna lie. So, that's it for the week. It actually hasn't been as super short as I thought it was going to be. It's been 30 minutes because we've gabbed a lot about what's going on and stuff. So, and I'm going to put the pen down because I am clicking the clicky pen. What would we like the people to do, darling?
Clicky their pens. Everybody comment below. Click, click, click. Please, everybody comment. Click, click, click. Please, that would make me laugh so hard. Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, thingy me bobby, the whole YouTube spiel.
Thank you all so much for spending a little bit of time with us. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained. And we will see you next week. Bye.